Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Yogg's Fort, SilverSplashed. I'm KirinDave, and I'm just here sort of getting things sorted out at the fort. So I took some inventory. It's been a while since I played last time, and I sort of started it back up on a lark. Not that that's bad, but I mean, I got some stuff I need to do, right? Obviously. So we've got the military training, and that's going fine. We need to start digging out some new homes, so I cut out a few more of those. We got a migrant wave last episode, and that's going well. I looked up how to get ink, and I'm going to need to make some ash from planks, although we're quite low on things in general. We're almost out of things to drink, which is terrifying. Now, the dwarves can survive on the use of water, but they don't prefer it. They don't like it. They need to be drunk to function, even the little kids. Oh, that reminds me. We will be doing nickname requests this way now. So we had a request for Zarin, for someone, we had a request for Bimley, and I decided the person who wanted Bimley said, I don't care what I get. So Bimley, you're going to be a child. We don't know what you'll be. Right now you aren't anything, but you are Moral, who has just been born. You may grow up and become a hero, or you may become a complete layabout. We don't know. And I changed the name of, or I'll be changing the name of Ustuth to Alsmiffy at recommendation of people who said that great shots should be that. And, you know, then you got Smith and Sips hanging out in a group. All right, so let's go ahead and commit those changes. Now, I've also got, as you can see, a whole bunch of dwarves here. We got a ton of them, and for the most part, I think this fortress is doing fairly well. We have 13 idlers at the moment. That's because we're paused. We'll be getting back to that in a second. But we need to prioritize getting some things in order. Our food situation is fine because of all the fishermen, but it's not so great for us with respect to, well, I mean, we need to start thinking about other stuff. Why is there a bat way up here? Is this one of that's our stray leatherwing bats? I hope he isn't like stuck up there. Yeah, he got up there somehow and he's just gonna starve to death up there? Wow. Okay. Well, you know, we need to actually build a staircase there anyways. So we're gonna build an up-down staircase right there because we need to actually, that is a strange thing. We need to build an upstairs. No access to build. Oh, we have to go here. Right here. There we go. Let's build an upstairs right here because we're actually going to roof off this area. And we'll make this out of, we don't want to make it out of blocks or, well, we want to make it out of schist. All right. So that's going to be a temporary thing. We'll take it down later, but we're going to build a roof to that, and then we'll start building out larger roofs and fortifications on this kind of oddly bumpy, bug-ridden shape of mismatch. It's not the most beautiful. Not the most beautiful, but that's fine. We'll make it work. Now, I also, if we go down here, I have started to basically designate how the initial fortress will occur. So you can see we've got several secure areas. We'll be carving some fortifications on these walls here so we can sort of see what's going on without letting monsters in. This will be the main door in, and we'll door that off. This will be a guard room. This will be a secondary catch full of traps, and then we can basically punch through here, have our people get rid of all these ramps that are ultimately a threat to us, and then we can start to take over this little area here. There's not too much space around here, which is the really great part. So long as there are no fearsome creatures right in this area, we should be good. Now, there's an awful lot of great resources here. We desperately need wood. We desperately need plants. So I'm happy about that. But we also need to really focus on getting down to the magma level because we just don't have a ton of fuel on this map. And that's concerning, right? We need to get down. We need to get to the magma layer. And now, for those of you who don't know, magma is, of course, a key resource for the dwarves. As you can see, we've gone really, really quite deep and then hit this secondary thing here. So we're just waiting for the dwarves to get down there and continue to do their work. We should be able to hit the magma soonish. So I'm going to go ahead and designate that with some more up-down stairs. And then let's see what we can do next. Let's just go down. I don't know, guys. Level 29 is as deep as you let me go. I'm sure we'll be stopped before then. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll be stopped before then. But I feel like there's got to be magma somewhere on this map, right? We don't want to just hit semi-molten rock. Anyways, so let's go ahead and unpause the situation here, and let's hope that we can get someone to... I see someone's making the ash for us. Now, that should be done fairly fast, and so what we'd like to do is get a craft workshop, and we need to make some ink. Make black ink from ash. Oh, we're missing jugs too. Huh. So we need to make a potter. I wonder if we have any clay on this map. Actually, we have to start trading for that, because that could be a very serious problem. Let's see here, where we need well, we should try making one of these pottery places. Could just make it out of a couple of gabbro blocks. We may also need to make I guess something to fire it. I don't know if the pottery thing... Well, let's build the pottery thing and then we'll find out. I think that someone will be able to do that. But yeah, so we've got pretty much things going on. Now, I'm still very worried about our drink supplies. We seem to be a little bit more positive on drink supplies, but people, as we get more and more dwarves, they go through the drink supplies at a positively terrifying rate. We may also need to worry about digging out this area here. As beautiful as this area is, it's just not big enough. So what we're, I think, going to do is extend it out, re-smooth it, and have another mirror image of this on the opposite side, just to make sure that, you know, people have the room that they need, because it's getting a little bit ridiculous in there. Man, look at how fast these guys dig. It's just crazy how fast they dig. It's like outrageous. They've already worked on this too. Bakun Lagosmodel has become a healer's guild. Huh. That's awesome. What was the announcements key again? View announcements. A Healer's Guild peasant. Well, I mean, we're about to get started with our doctor's infirmary. So that's right. We got a bunch of things over here. We need to actually build some chests. So let's go over to the craft dwarfs. Well, you know, we need a carpenter's workshop to really do that properly, I think. No, you know what? We can do it at this mason's workshop, I think. We need some coffers. So let's go ahead and make some coffers, 4 of them. Those will be what the infirmary needs to store its supplies. So far we're doing pretty well. We also, oh, that's right. We need to dedicate this slab. How do we do that even? I hope that this is like proper. I hope that we got rid of our ghost. I don't even know. Like, I can't even imagine how startling it must be to just have like, ooh, a freaking ghost. Uh-oh, badger dog pups. A freaking ghost just like wandering around like your friend, and you're just like, oh no, that's not good. And your friend is just hanging out there, making you feel terrible. Why haven't you buried me properly? Why did you leave my corpse to rot in the sun? And you'll be like, well, I mean, look, our jobs were... It was a very hectic time, okay? We were trying to build a tunnel, and we were very excited about the caverns, and quite frankly, I mean, your body's gonna rot either way, right? This is not freaking duelists over here. We're dwarves. We believe... Well, actually, we are duelists. We believe in magic, and we can back that up with science. Well, or I guess with invention? Speaking of that, I may not wait until we get ink, because we can easily make another copy of our existing. There we go. Build some more doors. Get some beds down. We can easily make a copy of our existing research. So I may just build one of these cool, really super cool venom things, just to like, you know, show off how awesome it is, because I haven't ever gotten it before. Okay, so we still don't have pots, but we have this. So let's make some pottery. Shaped jug from clay. We need a shaped mat. We need clay. Let me see if I can find some clay on our map. I think that I actually, you know what? I seem to recall from long ago that this is all clay. Let's see. This is all clay? Yeah, this is a fire clay. So can I just like gather clay like from the floor? Yeah. So I could like just gather clay. Okay, well, that's awesome, actually. I just need to tell them to do that. One sec. All right, we're on it. We've got some clay designated. By the way, Sawtooth just became a carpenter. We're just waiting to build some clay ovens. We just got to get them to gather some clay. But it turns out that basically there's clay all over this map. The entire map is made of clay on the surface level, so really shouldn't be a problem there. Oh, look, our bat, our missing bat. Is this a dead bat? You see, it's right there. Also, Sawtooth has become a Marksdwarf. Sawtooth, you're branching out, man. Okay, so I think we're doing pretty well here. So now we've got this setup here. Why don't we start building the floor? So let's go ahead, build a construction, and we're going to build a floor. So this is actually the roof of this. So if we go up here, we can actually ask it to, like, basically we could say, oh yeah, build this floor, no access to building material. right here. So we could build this right here. Now, why can't we get up there? Is this not built yet? No, it's an upstair. I guess we got to actually build the up-down stair here. This is a funny thing. Okay, so we just build construction, up-down stair. Because we may want to... Actually, no, let's just build a downstair. It's weird. You actually have to, like... sometimes it's better to build, like, a... Interesting. It's not letting me do that. Pretty sure that should work fine. Well, how about if we build a ramp? Let's build the ramp right there, and let's build it out of that. I don't know. We don't want to build it out of planks. Let's build it out of, I guess, some of these blocks. And then let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Oh, it's just not built yet. The masons haven't got a chance to come up here. That's why. But we just got to get up there, solve our problems. All right, so we're doing pretty good so far. Lots of things are going well. And we're slowly, I think, getting down. So now we've got this area built out. So now what we want to do is we want to build a door right here. And now I think we'd like to build some traps as well. So if we could build just some stonefall traps and some we really don't have that many mechanisms, do we? We have no mechanisms. Oh my god. All right. Well, we need a ton of traps to make this safe because safety is always first in Dwarf Fortress. It's never the case that we do things badly. So let's go back to the jobs page and get the manager. Manager, could you... Oh, so we're working on rock doors. This is fantastic. Could we make mechanisms? There we go. Let's just make, like, I don't know, 30 mechanisms. That should be enough. We really just need Duncan to go just absolutely crazy on the mechanisms. Now, how are we doing way down at the bottom of the world? Because we really want to get down here. I may need to set a hotkey up down here so I don't have to scroll. Like, this takes forever. We go past all these mysterious caverns, which I can't wait to breach the lower ones. We gotta run after we've learned to walk, right? We have to first. So let's go ahead and go down here. Let's set up our hotkeys, and let's set up F5, and that will be to zoom here. So that'll take us all the way down, right? And we can go beep. So now we got that all set up. Let's begin to designate this area for smoothing. So let's get the entire area smoothed, right? So that it is beautiful and wonderful and just a complete joy to live here, to work here. We got to make sure that, like, you know, people are having a good time. There's our plump helmet man. I'm over down here. I am still really, really unsettled by the plump helmet man, but I think we only have the one. Whoa, we have struck chromite. Whoa, that stuff is rare. That's fantastic. Well, okay, cool. Olivine, we're just going crazy down here. Okay, well, that's fantastic. I feel like we are pausing on every announce, and that's sort of suboptimal. Anyways, what next? Well, let's see. Can we gather some clay now? Yeah, so we need to collect dirt and clay. So let's grab a bunch of this stuff so we can get pots. Because we need pots. We need pots desperately. How are we doing on other things? We got the mechanics workshop. Really should be spinning up soon. Oh, wow. We got a caravan coming. And you know what we haven't even done? We haven't even taken down or moved the old caravan route. So that's actually going to be pretty interesting. Because they're going to come through here, and it's going to be a huge pain in the butt. But, you know, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. I mean, ultimately, we need to make, like, a new separate wall area out here and have the caravans come through there. Merchants have arrived, and they're unloading their goods. So what do we got here? What do we got? We got a trader. Can we... this dwarf... Oh, it's actually a dwarven trader. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, well, fantastic. I am thrilled. Hopefully we can trade for some trade licenses or things like that. That would be great. But, you know, things are sort of moving along at their own pace. As your fortress gets bigger, things get a little bit slower, I guess. So let's see. We've got... What's next? We need to build containers, I think. Yeah, so let's go ahead for this, and let's put some containers here against the wall. We can build a bunch of these. And these 4 containers will be for the infirmary. And hopefully people will just run in and get those and just like, look at those guys go. Look at them go. All right, you know, ooh, wow. Look at that. Holy smokes. Got a bunch of containers. Kind of many colors of containers, but you know, the dwarves, they like variety. They like diversity. They don't like all one thing. Like their art and your art, not the same thing. All right, we're making progress on drink again. That's fantastic. Can we make a pot now? So we got collect clay, dirt. We can actually, so we're starting to get pots. We can start to craft some jugs and some pots. I sort of am a little bit like we can make all kinds of weird stuff. Like we can make clay beds. That's weird. I don't even know, like, how comfortable could that possibly be? It's like an adobe bed. I guess it's like the dwarven equivalent of memory foam, right? Like you kind of sink into it. Must be really nice. All right, let's try making 2, 3, 4. We'll try shaping those, and those should be pots for ink. Lalna has become a farm worker, which I guess is acceptable. And we've got the smoothing going along nicely. How's our... Yeah, alright, so we've got a bunch of beds here. We've got doors coming in. So we'll just start assigning these beds, I guess. I'm going to do that off camera because it's kind of boring, but we're just going to give out as many beds as we can. And then we'll see how many more doors we need to build, because we just need to, you know, need to continue to make progress on this. So 1 sec while I get that done.